Hello, YouTube family. Auntie is here. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. Couple of things we want to clear up. Wait a minute. First, let's do our hug. We do hugs here because you never know what somebody's going through, and that's your hug. The weekend edition is hot. David A. Gaines puts everything together, so do check it out. We have it for the weekend. I've been managing to slip in, the bonuses and stuff like that, but the weekend edition, don't forget it. I am going to be having my first commencement address to a college here in the Philadelphia area, Pierce College. I'm super excited. I've never done a college commencement before. I did a high school one. I've done junior high school, but this is my first college one, and I hope to be sharing it on the channel and you'll get a chance to see it. But I am so honored. What else did I want to talk about before we get into the business? I think that's it. The petty in me is loving the Elon Musk Trump feud. You ever see a fake friendship? You know it's gonna explode. You know it's not gonna last. Well, this one ended a bit quicker than I thought. I always would say this ain't gonna last. This bromance, they're gonna turn on each other. It's hysterical because Musk is around here saying, "I'm the reason why you're the president." Now we knew that. But this, it's like, how is it going to end? And he's like one of the richest men in the world. How you going to shut him up? That is going to be interesting to you. Say, look, just stop talking about us. Stop. The petty in me. There is a petty person that lives inside of me. What happened at the Diddy trial today? The judge threatened to throw him out, making these weird faces at the jurors and staring at them intently, nodding his head furiously. They're like, what you going to do today is stop playing mind games with the jurors, and you're going to calm yourself down. He's playing mind games with the jurors, and it's not good. He's going to be found guilty just for these little antics. Because say you're a juror and you see him making faces and trying to scare you with a growl or a look. You're going to be like, keep him locked up so he can't get out here and get me. Today was just weird. But the judge is tired. What do we have? 4 more weeks? They want this wrapped up, by the 4th of July. Or maybe Diddy is just doing stuff to get like a mistrial or something, but he was making faces at the jurors. Nene Leaks, could you see her back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Yes, she had that famous falling out with the Bravo network. She left the show in 2020, been on the show 2008. I don't think that these reality shows have that same shock value that it did years ago. It still exists, but is it the topic of everybody's conversation? No, I don't think so. But I can see them bringing Nene back to bring them ratings up. Because now she's saying, we're all good. We all love each other. Tony Awards is Sunday night. And this is what you need to know. 8 o'clock, CBS, Cynthia Erivo is hosting. And there's going to be a reunion of the original cast of Hamilton. I'm talking about Lin-Manuel Miranda, Renee Goldsberry, Leslie Odom Jr. They're all, Ariana DeBose, they're all performing Sunday night. I guess they're really celebrating the 10th year of Hamilton, and they're all going to be performing. That's going to be one of the highlights of the Tony Awards. I got a lot of notes here. Mariah Carey, get ready for Type Dangerous. What's that? Her new song, produced by her rumored boyfriend, Anderson .Paak. She's sporting a new look where the makeup is just like a little It's a little heavier and darker with a darker lip and a more smoky eye. But Mariah Carey has not released a project since 2018. That was Caution. This is her 16th album, and you're about to see her everywhere. She is one of the honorees. Monday night, BET Awards. Kevin Hart is hosting. They're honoring Mariah, Snoop, Kirk Franklin, and Jamie Foxx. Mark your calendar, BET, on Monday night. But Mariah is back. She's also going to be performing at the iHeartRadio Music Festival. So you're going to see a lot. Now, the big question is, what will you think of the song? And we come back with a report, or you can let me know if you hear it. What do you think? And is she really singing? That's the question that I've put out there. Tyler Perry's new movie with Taraji P. Henson Straw. It starts streaming on Netflix tomorrow. Taraji P. Henson, Sherry Shepherd, Tiana Taylor. This movie was shot in 4 days. And we're going to see Taraji in a way that we haven't seen her. The movie's about a woman who is at her last straw. Life is just life and a bit too hard. I like the fact that Tyler Perry has stood by her side. During the making of The Color Purple, the movie just didn't do what they thought it was going to do. Taraji complained, "I'm being underpaid." That made Oprah Winfrey angry. And Oprah was doing some mean girl stuff to her. You saw it. The videos don't lie when you see a person's actions. I'm so glad that Tyler Perry did not turn his back on Taraji, because she was kind of like blacklisted and given a hard way to go. But he didn't turn his back on Taraji, and I like that. Even though he's friends with Oprah and they got that going on. But he never turned his back. And he brings out a great performance in Taraji. But The Color Purple, it just didn't turn out any way that anybody thought. But Tyler, stick 'em by her. Netflix, it starts streaming tomorrow. Well, after Brian Mcknight spoke out about the death of his son and blasting his family and said he reached out, Brian McKnight's first wife said, "Oh, he reached out. He did." But he was so angry and negative. She said they did not need that around them. And that's what happened. This is messier and messier. And you ever hear the movie, wait a minute, I Married, what was the movie? I Married a Man from Outer Space. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I love those old silly movies where these aliens would take over a person's body. Did that happen to Brian McKnight? Because it's like he's just catching L's. But Brian McKnight's first night did speak out. SZA and Keke Palmer, get ready for the sequel to Just One of Those Days. This movie took in $50 million at the box office, and it only cost like $14 or $15 million to make. The movie was the first big hit of 2025. And SZA and Keke Palmer are going to be joining forces again for a sequel to One of Those Days. Forever First Lady Michelle Obama is coming out with a new book on my birthday called The Look. I already know what I want for my birthday. It's about fashion, hair, and beauty. Michelle Obama, she caught hell in that White House on showing her arms, which was crazy because her arms were just magnificent. But y'all gonna be hating on her because of her arms? She only started wearing braids when she got out the White House, because they just would have fell on the ground and just passed out. She was so criticized, and it was so unfair, because you know those cold terms that they use. I love her style. I love how she switches it up. And once she left the White House, she really embraced all of this. But this book is about fashion, hair, beauty. She broke the mold. But it was the arms. It was the arms for me. These people were losing their minds because they were probably sitting home 5,000 pounds and mad because they don't have a good looking arm like that. It wasn't overly muscular. She had very toned arms and really, I loved her style. The hairstyles, just everything. And I cannot wait to see what she talks about with her particular style in this book, The Look, which is coming out November the 4th. We're going to be giving you scoop all during the weekend. Wish me luck with my commencement address for the college. There's a lot of stuff happening in Philadelphia, and I'm going to be sharing a lot. My IG, that Instagram, is WDAS Patty, where we share a lot of fun stuff with that. Thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys. The weekend edition is coming, so do look out for that as well. Have a great weekend. Leave your comments. Yes, I'm loving the Trump-Musk feud. I am. I'm getting such a kick out of it because we knew it wouldn't last. And Musk is like that out of control person. It's like letting the worms come out of the can and you can't get them back all in. This is going to be interesting. Leave your comments. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Do your best to enjoy the weekend. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture.